These technologies open up a wide range of possibilities for having children. Does a duty of non-interference with their use mean, for example, that creating a child by cloning, or from 2 ova, 2 sperm, or multiple genetic parents is ethically acceptable? Could homosexual couples argue that it is discrimination to prohibit them from creating children between them by using reprogenetic technologies in whatever way they saw fit? It means noting that Bill C-13, the Assisted Human Reproduction Act, as recently amended, would support this argument. Principles, Section 2, E. Persons who seek to undergo assisted reproduction procedures must not be discriminated against, including on the basis of their sexual orientation or marital status. New reprogenetic technoscience confronts us with questions no other humans have had to address, because in the past the only mode of transmission of human life was sexual reproduction in vivo. What is required for respect for mode of transmission of human life to the next generation, and what is required for respect for the children who would result from the use of reprogenetic technologies? Mutual respect. The reason for excluding same-sex couples from marriage matters. If the reason for denying same-sex marriage is that we have no respect for homosexuals, the exclusion of same-sex couples from marriage is not ethically acceptable from the perspective of respect for homosexuals and their relationships. It is also discrimination. On the other hand, if the reason is to keep the very nature, essence, and substance of marriage intact, and that essence is to protect the inherently procreative relationship, then excluding same-sex couples from marriage is ethically acceptable from the perspective of respect for them and their relationships, and such a refusal is not discrimination. Respect for others' religious beliefs in a multicultural society can raise complex issues. Some people object to same-sex marriage on the basis of their religious beliefs. These beliefs are often profound, and the people who hold them see a complex interplay in marriage between its voluntary formation, religious sanction, social legitimation, and natural origin. Even if we do not agree with these beliefs, indeed even more so if we do not, we need to understand what they are in order to understand the impact on the people who hold them of legally recognized same-sex marriage. We must also likewise take into account the impact on same-sex couples of refusing to recognize their relationships as marriage. We are in a situation of competing sorrows or harms. We must ask which approach to marriage best accommodates mutual respect. Both sides in this debate must recognize that they can only demand respect from their opponents if they give it. That is, if respect is to be present at all, it will only be so in a context of mutual respect. To the extent we can avoid transgressing people's religious beliefs, even though we do not agree with them, we should not transgress them out of respect for the people who hold them, not out of respect for those beliefs. The same is true for people who oppose homosexuality on moral grounds, in relation to their having respect for homosexuals, if not for their beliefs. Ethics requires us to take the least invasive, least restrictive alternative, reasonably available and likely to be effective in achieving a justified goal. Maintaining traditional marriage and legally recognizing same-sex partnerships fulfills that ethical requirement.